Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Daniel.
I'm Gabriel.
And we're the Colombian Cousins on Friday with the Cousins. Back with season 2.
Season 2, let's
of
go.
Avatar. I don't do that a lot on Friday with the Cousins.
No.
I was a little off brand, but it's fine.
Yeah, we need
we're
to bring it
excited.
back. Yeah.
I know we need to reel it back a little bit. We're excited about this season. Last season was like a continual ramp up from like the first episode to the end. It kept working its way up. So I keep hearing about season 2 and 3. Like it just progressively gets bigger and better.
Well, I was thinking that. I'm like, obviously the first one, maybe not obviously,
Yeah.
but the first season, it's like a lot of introductory, setting the story up.
Yep.
And like you said, ramping
Exposition.
up.
Yeah.
So like right now, season 2, it's like, man, we're ready to just like hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
You don't need to, maybe introduce
Like there may be some new elements.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a new storyline.
But for the most part, we already know like the goal and like, you know.
So now we could just really focus on like just moving the story forward.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of shows like they start in the first season, they kind of see how things go, and then I don't know if it's like this for animated stuff. Like if they already knew ahead of time, it's three books, so they're for 3 seasons, and they got signed for the whole thing right off the bat. Or if it was one of those where they started, they see where it went, it had a lot of success, so then they got more funding, maybe the animation style, because there's some animations where like they get better, the animation itself, or the visual effects of it.
Yeah.
Get better over time.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure if this is based off a book.
Well, I mean, I know that there was books out. See, I don't know. They have the seasons are called books. That's what makes me think they're based off books.
That's a good indicator.
Right. Also, a lot of anime, even though that's technically anime, a lot of anime is based off mangas. You know, like the little books. So then I kind of assumed this was similar. That was like either a comic book or something that it was kind of based off of. But I don't know which one came first.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that there are books. I just don't know which came first.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we have season 2, and I remember towards the end of season 1, I started seeing more like CGI in the animation. Like you could tell when they'll switch from like a drawing to like a digital animation. Like during the fight when the firebenders were attacking the North Pole, there were some scenes where the tanks were kind of going through and like they were knocking them over. It looked like CGI, less so animation. And so that cost more, I would think. And so maybe that's where the budget came into play. Like they were getting more money.
Yeah, maybe
do stuff.
Maybe by that point it was already like a pretty big hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Got HBO budget.
I know. So now this one is called Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Avatar State, episode 1. And we've had theories on what this season would be. I think I said I wonder if they're going to keep traveling, and I think you said they kind of do. Maybe Seth said that. I don't remember who it was. Like just kind of moving around. I don't know if it's like from town to town. But now he has his master that he's with, Katara.
Yeah.
So now, allegedly, Admiral Zhao's drowned.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And now Zuko and Iroh are out, just kind of they're chilling. He's tired. He's not chasing the Avatar yet, but maybe by the time we'll see if there's like a time jump too. Like if like 6 months went by.
True.
From the events of the last episode.
Maybe they'll look different.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that kind of covers everything. We still haven't technically met Katara and Sokka's dad.
Yeah.
Or like the other men from the waterbending tribe. We still haven't met them after all the first season. So maybe this season that'll happen.
Yeah, we just met that one guy. That one guy from the
tribe that was left behind because he was hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about this one. I'm curious to see if like it feels like a season 2. If it feels different, or if it's just like everything's all kind of the same.
Like it just.
Which would be great. Like the whole the energy, like him being playful, and has he matured any? You know what I mean? Like have the characters changed? Katara changed a lot.
Yeah.
Towards the end, I want to see if like we see more of her using water bending more fluidly and naturally in their day to day.
Yeah, I would expect her to be pretty good at this point.
Yeah, or like helping whenever they run through issues when traveling. Before it was only Aang.
Yeah, now she can
hold her own
for herself.
Yeah, protect. Yeah, and I mean Sokka can fight too, technically. But I mean the people coming after him were pretty powerful. Like Sokka can't necessarily fight.
Like if
Zuko.
fire's coming at him, he's gonna throw his boomerang.
Right, he can't do much. Right.
Yeah,
But he's a good fighter in his own right, but not he can't compete with like a really powerful bender.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're ready to hop right in.
I know, like for the samurais, that's a big thing. Like they don't cut their hair.
Well, yeah. That's huge for the samurais, but maybe the meaning of that is what's the word? Like whenever you, there's a term, I forget the term. Like whenever a kid, someone like who's 16 can technically become like disassociated. It's like divorce their family name. I don't know what it's called. I'm not gonna look it up. It's gonna bother me. Let's talk about that Iroh moment because
I was looking it up right
that
now.
was insane. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now because it's bothering me.
Well,
You can keep going.
I am Team Iroh for sure.
Dude, I know.
That was, I mean, other than Aang's Avatar state moments, that was the most like,
Like boss.
bad, boss move. Like the redirecting lightning. I almost feel like he can do it.
Well, I know. Like, okay. I think the word I was thinking of was emancipation. Maybe. It legally gives them independence from their guardians. I don't know if that's what the word I'm thinking of, but I'll go with it.
History class.
Yeah. Whenever I was thinking the whole time, whenever they were fighting, Azula.
Yep.
Was fighting Zuko. I was like, man, I wonder. Like, okay, I know I can tell she's really good. She's controlling the lightning. The only time we've ever seen like any lightning was when Iroh kind of redirected it, and I remember us thinking like, "Is that considered fire?" But that's the only time we saw it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just something that like the more master levels can do. So I was wondering how good he would do against her, and sure enough, like he jumped in, caught it, redirected it, hit her, and it just like quickly made quick work of her.
Yeah, like
Yeah, which is awesome that he's still that strong. Like respect. But I mean, she's obviously very powerful and like is still young, and so she could easily, like maybe take him or
like
surpass him eventually.
Yeah, like a one-on-one.
Yeah, if it kept going and he's tired or whatever.
Right, that's the only thing he's got.
Yeah, but that's
Working.
that's why he came along because he knew that he couldn't beat his sister, but at least he can protect him from his sister.
Yeah,
Which is why he came along. God, that one general is done. He was like,
take
take the prisoners. He's like,
just fall on your
Your
sword.
Highness. He's like, okay, you're done.
Yeah, that guy's out of there.
Yeah. I feel like, man, in a weird way, it'd be cool to see. I'm wondering, because, okay, we've talked about, I know we're jumping way ahead. We talked about Aang needing to get master all the elements. I'm wondering if something will happen this season where they sort of team up in a way with Iroh, or they become kind of friendly. Like, I don't feel like there's not that conflict isn't intense right now.
Yeah, well, I feel like the hair thing is almost a symbol for
Like leaving the
Like
Fire
they-
Nation behind and
like they were traitors almost.
yeah.
Like, oh, we resisted the Fire Army. We can no longer associate ourselves with them. Like we're on our own.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now they're refugees?
Yeah, in a way, I
Like
guess. Yeah, that'd be a word. I mean, yeah, kind of like refugees or castaways or
right. They're on their own. They
Yeah.
can't pose as like fire.
they're no
army.
longer officially fired. So I don't know, like he wouldn't be a general anymore. He'd just be a
Just Uncle Iroh.
yeah.
Yeah, but then like, does he still have the motivation to catch the Avatar? Like for what?
I don't know if he really had. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it was really just Zuko that wanted to get the Avatar only to go home.
Well, that's what I'm saying. At this point, it's
now that he can't
changed
go
completely.
home-
Yeah, it's like
Unless he still thinks there's a chance, but
even with the Avatar, maybe my dad will take me back.
maybe like if he truly thinks that's still a chance. So then
Yeah.
I don't think Iroh ever really cared. In fact,
No.
a couple of times we've seen Iroh in the same room as the Avatar. Like, well, it was the end of last season. He even said, Aang was saying something. He was like, the Avatar's right. And then later on, whenever he went into the Avatar state, he kind of summoned the water spirit that was in fish form and kind of embodied that huge fish.
Yeah.
Katara was going to try to grab him, and he stopped her. He's like, no, let him do his thing. Like
Yeah.
he and he understands the balance of everything and how the Avatar is important. So like he's like,
Yeah, I think he's above all that. Like
He's just
Fire
his
Nation.
movement, like he's
Right.
beyond the war.
Yeah.
He's like, he understands it's just dumb to just be fighting, and yeah. So, dang, but that was cool.
That was so good.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe. Oh, so what I was gonna say is like maybe they kind of pair up, and then Iroh becomes the guy who teaches him firebending.
Teaches Aang.
That would be pretty cool to see.
Which they kind of, I was gone. So I was gone for that one. I think Seth filled in, but I do remember someone has already attempted to teach Aang firebending. Remember he hurt Katara,
right?
All that.
It was out of order, but then like the past fire avatar, which I think is Roku.
Roku, yeah,
kind of told him like just go ahead and teach him. So he kind of begrudgingly did, but didn't. He only taught him like the basics, and he was able to kind of start it. But since that episode, he hasn't done it again.
Maybe just like it was such a bad experience that he doesn't want to.
He's afraid of it. Yeah. Well, he tried to teach him like this is the most dangerous element to control because on its own it's destructive.
Right.
Water is just still, wind is whatever, but then fire just burns. So it's destructive on its own. So you gotta be careful. So yeah. But
man, this episode
it picked up there a lot at the end.
Yeah.
We learned something new that when he's in the avatar state, it's like a defense mechanism. And so whenever it was showing all of them like use the power at the max, you could tell it was like the wind one was like a hurricane.
Yeah.
And then volcanoes, like it's just like
bending, at its highest. Yeah.
Like he did the big tsunami.
It's not like a tiny wave or even like a big wave.
It's just massive. Yeah, it's like crazy, and you're doing all four at the same time. And so it's like early when I first started watching the show, like I thought the Avatar just meant they could do all four, meaning that they can fight any angle. But it's not that they can do all four; they could just do all four, like at a times 100.
Yeah,
So that's what makes them just that much more powerful.
Right. Not only can you do the four elements, but like
you're just way better.
You can do it at that level.
Yeah. But so then so the question is, can he ever control when he's in the Avatar state? Like he's aware, kind of like the Hulk. Like whenever he first was becoming the Hulk, he was like in this other state.
He just destructive. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get Smart Hulk later on. Is it that, or is it, just when he's in the Avatar, it's just like it's like the last ditch effort. It's the last option in that moment.
And he just blinks out.
Yeah. And then hopefully he's so powerful. I can't imagine how someone can kill him, which is probably why it hasn't happened yet. But technically, if it's like a plan, like to get him in the Avatar state and they like ambush him from behind.
I was going to say, maybe they could sneak from behind.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that too when it was showing like everyone. I'm like, dang, well, I mean, they've made it this far without like being killed.
Right. So then, because it's,
But that's crazy. If he's killed, then it just like.
That's
stops.
It. The cycle's done.
Yeah. I'm like.
Well, and also like his situation is different because I think because avatars have always existed, there's never been like a very aggressive long-term war because they've always been around to keep that at bay.
Right. Keep everyone in check.
This was an interesting situation that he was frozen 100 years. So then it allowed like all this animosity and this huge war to kind of just develop. Then he unfreezes, but he's not ready to like take on, the responsibility of like keeping the war from escalating. It's already on.
Yeah.
So the situation's interesting because
it's different. Yeah.
Even when the cycle's resetting, there's only like you got to think, okay, Avatar dies, new one's reincarnated. It may take them 15 to 20 years before they're like mastered all the elements. So technically, that's a gap of time where things can happen. There could be war, right? And that's like that's technically a gap of time. But then they just know the Avatar is up and coming somewhere out there. But then 100 years, at some point they were like, "There's no Avatar anymore. He's not coming back." So it's free reign. Let's just That's when the Fire Nation jumped in. But anyway, it's such a complex. The story's getting more complex and more interesting. So that was cool that he got to see himself in the Avatar, and they took him in the spirit world. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm glad he knows a little more about the Avatar state. I mean, just like the quick dialogue that we had there with Roku, because it's like I don't think that he should, or that that the ultimate goal is to avoid that. Like, no, you can summon great strength from doing that. So you want that. Maybe it does you know,
like maybe
allude to like he can control.
Yeah. And
himself.
Like you say, yeah, it may be one of those things where it's like that should only be your final option because it could be very reckless and you can kind of lose yourself in the moment and like it's very destructive and everything. Like if it's the last option, then it's there to use.
It's almost like the Hulk. Back to that reference. Yeah. Whenever he was like in an Infinity War, no, the first Avengers, when he's like he tried to, but the guy inside him didn't let him
spit the bullet out.
Yeah, so it's like the Avatar state won't let him get to a point where he's about to die or so vulnerable that it'll just like take over.
Whatever it takes to keep him alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Like as a defense mechanism.
That's what it was. Probably what it was. Even though in that case, it's interesting because he wasn't the one in danger per se in that instance, at least.
Yeah.
In a lot of the other ones, he is.
Yeah.
But in this one, he just has to feel that desperation.
Yeah. It's like emotion based too.
Yeah.
Dang, that was a good
episode.
Yeah.
I was wondering how they would kick off the season. Man, now what the heck are Zuko and Iroh going to do? Maybe they're still after the Avatar, I guess. I don't know.
But you almost can. I don't know.
Or it becomes well. See, now it's gonna be weird. Now it's now Iroh and Zuko are gonna be running from Azula, the same way Aang was running from Zuko in season 1. So like they're now on the run.
Yeah, I'm like you can't try and hunt the Avatar and be running from the Fire Nation
at the same time.
They're like everywhere.
Yeah, man, it'd be cool to see Aang versus Azula. I hope that happens at some point.
Maybe not now though. I feel like
Azula, maybe not right now. Because Aang versus he holds his own against
he can
Zuko.
Yeah.
But as well as Azula, it's pretty intense. Or even Iroh. I just want to see all these fights. It's like has nothing to do with the story.
Yeah.
Doesn't help with the story. I just want to see how they stack up.
Put them up against each other.
See how they do.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow, dang, that was good.
Dang. Already excited for the second one.
I know. Yeah, I can't wait. Eventually we have like the 2 big players here. Eventually we have them stored away, but we keep forgetting to pull them out. We'll get Katara and Appa
yes
to join. And I think we have Sokka too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we have Sokka.
Is there any? Yeah. I haven't looked at the back of the box. I was told there were spoilers, but apparently there's some other ones that we may not have yet. So
yep.
We'll see.
Yeah, don't do that.
I will not. All right. Well, I think that's it from our end. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us, for watching the season premiere of Avatar. If you want to see the full cut, we have it all over on Patreon. You can go check it out over there. Also, check us out on Discord. We have an Instagram, also TikTok. And yeah, we'll be here every week checking out the show. We're excited for the next one. But that'll be it for this one.
Yep.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.